guys shut up? No!
Why? And your pants are shit.
Why?
Why is there shit? Why you shit your pants?
Why did you shoot your pants, boy?
Imagine coming home, just for your parents to find out you're shitting your pants, and you just are getting your ass up while there's still shit on your ass. Welcome everyone to the Noise Complaint podcast with me and my amazing, beautiful guest and Kat. So, let me introduce to you guys. Me, Alan. You guys know I still don't have my document papers still, so hopefully they don't try to catch me soon. But as we have, you're right. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, as we have our nice big man, Gary's Factor, Cameron. How are you doing?
I just woke up from a nap and I got Stinky with me. How y'all doing? Hello.
You know, yup. You gotta have your cat support. Yup. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then we have our Skeeber Pleebler. We have Nick. How you doing? How you doing, man?
He's drinking water.
Dang.
You gotta stay hydrated in these trying times. I'm tired, but I'm ready to get this show on the road.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a fat ass mug. Holy.
That's a fat bro.
Yeah, what about him?
Brother, that's a beer mug. That's for
Beer
the
side.
It's a beer mug.
and of course our nice, amazing vampire looking motherfucker. You know, Pierce the Veil. We have our boy Klinka, Christian. How are you doing, Christian?
Let me just say, I'd fuck a dragon.
Christian,
That's how you want to
demonetization.
start it.
All right,
I'll
you know
censor
what?
it,
You
I'll
know what?
censor
Just
it,
to
I'll
get out the
censor it.
way, everyone. For the past week, this man has been going down a fucking rabbit hole.
No.
He has been going down on a sinful rabbit hole that I don't even think God can cleanse his fucking soul. You want to explain to the audience, my friend?
It all started in battle.
I think I said enough. I think it explains it all.
You know what?
It all
It's-
I'm
started
talking, bro.
asking about
just joking.
it all started asking about is Chewbacca a
If you guys don't
furry
remember-
or an alien, and it has been going downhill since then.
Yeah.
First off, whoa.
I'm pretty
First
sure
off,
we already
alright?
had this debate on the podcast. I'm pretty sure it was
First
settled.
off, I like I said in the past, I wouldn't even. I'm not gonna fuck. I would not fuck a Wookiee.
It'd be hairy nice.
Hell, okay. If you guys didn't know from one of our past episodes, from our one conversation about what's a furry, trying to find a definition of what the fuck a furry is. Ever since that conversation, Christian has been going downhill through going through sinful things on a forbidden website. That's a lot of art.
I don't know what it is closeted for a furry, but brother in Christ, it might be there.
Brother. But anyways.
I'm so tired.
But
It wasn't even all furries. There was a lot. There was more robots in there.
He's trying to justify
You said
himself. He's trying to justify it. He's like, wait, guys.
First off,
There was Transformers. You gotta understand.
There was Transformers in there.
brother, there's everything that you can ever ask for.
Yeah,
All right.
dude. Oh, boy.
But
Exactly.
anyways,
If this ain't one hell
Besides
of a
all
book,
that.
I don't know what is. That's all I can say.
all right, time for
First
the
off,
time.
Alan was
for-
giving me a recommendation.
Yeah. Hey, don't put me on blast! Don't put me on blast! Don't put me on blast!
You know what?
No,
Since you want to bring him down, he's bringing you with him. He's like, wait a minute. Get that
I'm
motherfucker-
innocent. I'm innocent.
Alan's literal words. Let's see, Monster Hunter.
No. See, I was thinking of it's gonna be the Monster Hunter Wilds characters, but since I assume that you only searched up Monster Hunter, you probably saw stray monsters getting fucked. All right.
Yeah,
That activated a neuron right there. That was specifically activated a neuron. Everything else I saw, I was like, whatever.
Bro has
But
the
that
Holy
would somehow
Bible.
activate a
That's some good
neuron.
crap right there. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
All right, quick, Cameron,
You want
cleanse,
some?
cleanse us
You
with
want
some,
some? You
good
want?
words.
You want some? You want some good words? All right, let's open a random
Yeah.
page.
Yeah. Give us something good. Give us something good.
Jesus
The Bible.
Christ. Literally, the first words I saw was Jesus Christ.
So
Pretty
here's the
accurate
list.
for the
Here's the list,
situation.
all right? Here's the list. All right?
A summary of the
robot.
Bible. Jesus
Without a doubt, I'd
Christ.
fuck a robot. I'd
My
fuck
cat
some
ain't having
aliens
the
without a doubt,
blasphemy.
dude.
Who would
I
have
don't fuck with furries, but giant monsters I would fuck.
It goes hand in hand.
If it's a giant monster, brother, what are you gonna stick in it?
Bro, I'd do it.
No, no.
What is that?
It's King Kai's monkey.
Oh,
Guy's monkey.
It's not
Bubbles.
Funko. Oh,
Brother,
it's Bubble. Oh, it is Bubbles. I don't know why I thought Boo Boo.
Bro, the Christian really
Yeah, I
said, "Yeah, bro, my dick maybe ain't be big enough, but I'm stuffing my whole body in there instead." Brother, excuse me.
Isn't that Vor?
It's a joke. It's a
Isn't
joke.
that Vor? Or I
Good
don't know what that
lord.
one is.
I'm pretty sure vor is the attraction of being eaten or eating
Maybe
someone
I
or
need to read
whatever.
that Bible.
I have no idea.
this
Yeah.
is not the topic of this episode.
This is not the
No,
topic,
not
by
the
the way.
topic
It's
at all.
one hell of a hook, but it ain't no topic of the episode today.
All right,
If you ain't
everyone.
interested now, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, main topic, guys. Main topic. All right, so today's main topic. After we had that shit
I mean,
show,
honestly, I blame Star Wars and Space Jam for everything.
space. Oh, never mind. You know what? Since we're talking about Space
I
Jam
don't
and
fuck with
Star
the
Wars,
actual furries, but damn.
since we're talking about Space Jam and Star Wars, guys, main topic. What concept or idea do you want to see from a movie or in a show?
Who wants to go first?
I could just do a short one real quick if you want to get like no hint.
I have a very long one, so I think I should probably. I want to go last.
Yeah,
So I feel
okay,
like
that's fine. All right, so I say an idea that I have been thinking of or a concept is kind of like from this weird little short story that came like out of nowhere. That was like really like because back in the day how like back in newspapers you can just write like a little short story and you just read it and you don't really know who it's from or it's from like an anonymous writer. So there was this story which it was probably called the three body. I already fucking forgot the full name of it. It was like the three body something. But pretty much what it took, the concept of how it took is these like almost a group of scientists. These group of scientists. And you know how we send waves into the outer space and then we listen or see what kind of communication that we can get or signals that we get from space, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So pretty much what happens is that this one scientist was always like fascinated with how what if we're actually like not the only ones, like what if we're actually not alone within our own world, within the galaxy or with our own universe, right?
Yes. What if there's hot alien babes out there?
Fucking hell. And so pretty much what they've done is trying to send signals far away across the galaxy. See something, find something that we are at least not alone within our own world. And then at some point, I don't on like a rare chance, we somehow get a signal. We get a signal from somewhere, from something, from someone responding back to us. And next thing you know, and their only response is do not answer, do not answer, do not answer. And then it's just like, okay, you just sit there, right? It's like, holy fuck, I got a response back from something, from someone. Until you look deeper into it, this signal is coming from 400 light years away, right? 400 light years away. That is far. That would take 400 years on light speed to go across there. But like with how this person, how they figured this concept, they're like, okay, this is some actual like astronomical news, like breaking news. But they don't know if they should actually like release this to the like tell someone this or keep this to themselves. But they eventually just keep it to themselves about like this signal of what's going on until like let's say they probably responded back to them like try to see if like just like because they don't know if they want to accept this or not. But at the same time, this is how it starts to twist. So we got a signal from 400 light years away. But at the same time, who and what are these like what kind of species, what kind of people are these like other like another version of us like out there that we don't understand. But how do we
Is it
know if
possible that the word hello could be a slur to them?
I mean maybe we don't know
Be
like at
crazy.
all. I mean shit, it can something could be possible. Maybe it could be like an alternate version of us. But but at the same time, it's just like okay, we know we're not alone, but how do we know if this is a signal of something that we can trust? Because what if? Because this is kind of like how it starts to like turn. Is what if at some point like you become like oh nice like oh wow like amazing people, you go travel 400 light years away and then it's just like okay now they want to fuck us. Not literally, but they want to like go against
Yes,
us. And
literally.
no, 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 brother. What? Are the,
No.
no. Stop praying for that. I mean, that
All
ain't
right.
happening, brother.
Cameron's Bible didn't work.
No.
Is that berserk? That'll work.
Yeah.
Work books, but
I want to actually start reading that.
it's
You
always
should.
like because you
You
start
should.
yeah. So within the story, you start to think like okay, what if this is one of those situations where you know you're not alone but you want to overpower them in some familiar form or way. Because what if you don't know if they want to overpower you, now considering that they're not alone? Almost like this sense of what if they're much more advanced than us? Almost I think of like
The
another way.
squids.
Yeah. So because think of it as like us like the hell divers too. Like you have the hell divers and then you have the illuminates, right? And obviously space
Except
races,
that the
right?
Eliminator
Is a
started
separate
off
thing.
as a peaceful race and Helldivers won, and then
Yeah,
turned into straight up
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
war
This is a good
crimes.
example. Yeah, it's a good example because how Illuminats they wanted to become peaceful with the humans on Super Earth, but we decided to say fuck you because we actually want to be the powerful ones here and kill
Whoa,
them.
that's not where
And
it is. That's not where that went.
really,
And Helldivers won. They want us and them to sort of join in mind like a hive mind, and we said no, we don't want none of that. We don't want to be no fucking one-minded type shit, even though they kind of already are.
I mean that's kind of
And
somewhat
then
how.
and
I
then they
mean,
killed all the
okay. First of all,
almost
if it
from
was a one
infancy.
mind, if it was one minded, at some point one of the factions is gonna overpower over another. So like being in one is really difficult, like because imagine that there's no such thing. Like I don't really believe like something being in one because that's kind of like really difficult to like present into.
What hive mind?
Yeah, kind of.
We see that in bees and ants.
We kill them and we steal their shit. We steal their honey. We overpower them to make them. Anyways, um. So yeah, that's kind of just like how what I would like to see. That probably does exist, but I think like a different direction, similar to how that was, is just having to overpower from one to another because you don't know what you're probably gonna go against or what you're gonna meet from across
Hmm.
the galaxy and shit. So yeah, that's kind of one of them that I think about.
That's a really good one.
Thank you.
I like the idea behind that. I think Nick should go next because I know he said he was
Oh, okay.
excited.
Well, do you just not have one?
I have a game concept that I would like to see as a show. It's just that like I'm still waking up.
Noted.
So I'm,
All right.
I'm trying to think of the
That's
right
fine.
thoughts for it.
Yeah. Okay, so I got what's it?
Amazing concept. Anyway,
I
it's just the
I-
So
example.
I forgot to add,
Hang on.
what exactly is the topic? I don't think we actually said. Did we actually say what the topic
sh-
specifically was?
I think we did, but let's just recap in case we didn't.
I did say the topic at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm
You
pretty sure
did.
we did. Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
remember.
If you
It's
weren't
movie,
paying
it's movie and TV
attention-
show ideas, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. Anything you really want to see.
All right.
So does it have to be original, or can it also be tied to IP?
Oh, I mean, you can. I mean, you just be creative with it. It can be. You just probably like not copy and paste it, but just have a mix up. Be creative with it.
Because
I mean, you can take like oh the backgrounds, but like it's not the background. You take I don't fucking know.
because the
You can take-
concept.
I'm going. I might go. I might break the rules a little bit with that one.
Slender in the 8 pages, except it's not Slender Man, it's Skeagle McDiggleshits.
It's
Motherfucking Doom back
it's
there
the Dick
over there.
Snatcher. It's the Dick Snatcher.
Okay.
He's
But
making hot dogs.
No, that's a real myth. The Dick Snatcher. You don't know about that one? I just want to told Cameron when we were playing Bigfoot about the Dick
I
Snatcher.
think you did, but yeah. So like the idea I have is literally tied to an IP, 2 of them in fact. But if I can also try.
I thought Nick was doing first.
No, I'm just saying because he mentioned the IP thing, and I was like, oh, because I thought I had already had the conversation.
Mine is just
with him.
straight up another. It's just straight up an IP. Making an IP better.
Now, I could
Don't
probably
worry about it
pick
because we're not taking this serious at all. So who cares?
Okay, I could probably
Okay,
pick a
Nick,
character
go on
in the
ahead. Go
game.
on ahead, Nate. We're so sorry to cut you off constantly.
nah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Go on,
Nice podcast.
All right. So
Shut up, Cameron.
this is Detective, right?
All right.
He's Detective Mortis, right? His
I'm
full
liking
name,
where this is going.
his middle initials are, right? His first name is Rig, so he's Rigor Mortis. Rigor Mortis. You know?
Isn't that like after death?
Rick and
Yes,
Morty,
where you
yeah,
get
I
all-
gotcha.
where you
Rick
get
and
all
Morty,
stiff.
yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
Rick and Morty. All right, anyway. So it's Detective Mortis, right? He
Hmm.
don't play by the rules
Mortis
because
this
he's not a cop, right? He doesn't work for the police. He works.
He's
for
a private
death.
investigator.
He is Death's detective.
Death's. So
And he goes-
Do you
he-
mean like
he's-
kind of like how Spawn is like Death's soldier in a way, or Hell's soldier?
You mean more like
Well, it's
Ghost
not-
Rider?
it's-
How Ghost Rider is the devil's bounty hunter?
Well, it's not tied to heaven or hell. It's
Okay.
death.
So okay.
So he's
Concept
part
then.
he's part man and part spirit because
But why does Death need a detective? Death, we already know how
I'm-
someone died.
I'm
Let's
He's
just
gonna
say-
get there.
let's just
I'm
say
gonna
in this-
fucking get there.
I like the concept so far. I'm interested.
Death is always there when it happens.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
That's depending on the variant of death. Like, who knows? It could be a variant of death that is so damn lazy. He's like, hey, I don't like doing my job. You do it for me. He's like, all right. But I like the concept so far.
And that person
Continue.
will just become Death. Maybe.
Okay.
Who knows?
Jesus Christ. Detective Mortis is, he's Death's detective, right? And he goes after the real baddies, the murderers, diddlers, predators, nasty people, big nasty people. And he goes after them, right? And he has the ability, right, to turn his right hand into like this phantom hand, and he reaches into the victim's corpse, and
He has the
he
touch
pu-
of death.
he plays out in his he can see what happened before they died and what the killer's face looks like, so he can see them and know who the fuck it is. and then he goes after them, and he captures them, and he brings them to death,
Then
and then death does,
that kind of just takes
you
the whole
know,
detective part out of it.
it was
Wait,
cool in my mind.
wait. Hold on.
So he can touch
Is
the
it?
corpse to see what happens.
Oh,
No,
you
he
t-
reaches inside the corpse
Yeah, exactly. To see what
So
happens.
to like. Okay, he's basically. So you know how like when you die, your spirit leaves you.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Supposedly.
using
And
his
everything.
his
Yes.
phantom limb, right? Reaching
Mhm.
into the corpse because he's half man, half spirit. So that
Mhm.
spiritual essence of him is putting the spirit into the body and seeing what happened moments before they died through the victim's
So
eyes.
basically, taking all the detective part out of it, basically, and just seeing what happens from the corpse.
No, okay, one thing is like he sees the
Well,
face, but
hang
like
on.
he can't backtrack.
The
He wants to
detective
backtrack.
part comes from tracking down
The
the killer,
face.
the perpetrator. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
I know you're making. I do think you're making
Kind
sense.
of.
The way
I
how I'm
understand what you're saying and what he does and everything. It just feels like the hand thing is taking out most of the work.
Well, he doesn't see where they go. He has to find them.
yeah, because the way how I'm thinking about it is like
So does he also? So he also avenges the victim.
No, he just hands them over to death. He
So
finds
they
them,
die
captures
anyways.
them. It, yes, but he doesn't kill them.
But I mean, it's kind of the same thing. But why is death so advent on revenge and everything for every victim?
I, why not? You know, different universal death, I guess.
yeah. I mean, I guess you can take it to like yeah, sure. One way you want to see death is like okay, death. Okay, you want to go kill someone because I mean you want to take the soul. I assume this is like an alternate version of death of like death. Yeah, sure. I can see their
Mhm.
face. I'm backtracking maybe the victim's footsteps and see how and where things start to look look turned. Okay,
I,
and
I
then
could
they
I could kind of see him doing a thing to where he catches the victim, but he doesn't hand them to death. Maybe death is more about karma and justice. So instead, he hands the evidence over to the police without them knowing, sort of ordeal.
what if he just pulls out a fucking death note? He finds us like, okay, he's eating at a cafe.
EA
Yay!
Bethesda.
I
I
don't
like
know.
the
It was just a
concept.
concept. It was just a concept I was thinking of like at work. And I was like, dude, that sounds fucking cool as fuck.
I
And
can
then
see the
Alan,
concept, and it sounds
and
like a
then
really cool
then
concept.
then
But I
Alan
think
brought
you
up
should go
like the
even further with
topic.
this concept.
Yeah, then Alan brought up the topic of today's podcast, and I was just like,
Yeah, like
I
Guys,
have a
we're doing a
concept.
part two
it's
next
interesting.
week. Nate is going to continue with this and tell us even more.
Oh no, dude, don't make me
No,
add
he's
on to
not.
this shit.
I would
I'm
love
not
to
a
hear you add
writer.
on to it.
I'm not a writer.
Hey man, everyone's a writer in their own way, man. Things just take time to think it out. That's how
I'm
it
still
always is.
I'm still like really like thinking about like I'm low key kind of hooked on the idea of it.
Yeah, you got me hooked
Thank
on
you.
this just from the idea.
Thank you.
I just see plot holes in how little you kind of gave us about it because you just thought it up today and everything. But I can definitely see ways of
Well, I
filling
didn't think
in
of it today. It
holes.
was a few days ago or yesterday.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah, it was yesterday. Anyway,
Cameron,
Cameron, you want to go?
or was Nate or Nate? Were you still going?
nah.
There's nothing
Okay.
else, Tears.
What's up?
I like it. I like the concept of
I
it.
do like the concept of it.
And I think that there could be some background stuff for Death for why he wants to take revenge on people's murders. Maybe before he became Death, maybe the Death before, right? And before he became Death, and there was a Death before, he was murdered by someone, and then Death passed on his death powers to him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe,
And, like-
maybe he died. Sorry to interrupt, but maybe he died, and then he's like, maybe he faces death, and then death gives like an opportunity. Is like, all right, like gives like some sort of opportunity, some sort of contract that he has to do to like maybe he can still become a detective, but also has like part power of like death, but he's under like some certain contract that he may have like to not cross or like have to do while doing his work as being part of it.
Yeah, who knows?
Because I can also see
This
see
could
that at the
definitely
beginning.
be expanded pretty damn
Yeah,
easily, I think.
yeah. Because I mean, no way he just spawns in and be like, yeah, I'm half death. Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack this killer.
Yeah, let me just war a
And
farm. I'm half death with my hand.
I mean,
I
he
just
could
so
be
happen
Is now.
he could
I
be a death of
just so happen
judgment.
to be a good detective.
He could be a death of judgment. Like he finds the killer and then grabs his fucking soul and like starts like weighing like you know how they got the what was it called? Where like it does the weight, like does the weight of his soul and maybe weight of his
Yeah.
heart. He could do that kind of thing. That'd be
This
really fucking
kind
cool.
of reminds me of a DC character. What was his name? He wasn't death or anything, but he was able to possess other people's bodies. I can't remember what his name was. DC.
Sorry, I was gonna say
What?
was it Constantine?
No, not Constantine. It's not Constantine. Oh,
I
what
don't
was his
really know who
name?
he
It
is
was,
or what
he
he
wore
is.
it was a red outfit.
Daredevil.
I don't.
I got
No,
no
it's
clue.
not. Daredevil is Marvel.
This is Marvel. This is
Yeah.
Marvel.
He's Marvel blind as
Oh,
fuck.
who is? Let me see here.
While he tries to figure that out, but I
Oh,
can
his name was Dead Man. That's what it was.
just
DC.
straight up
Man.
dead,
Dead
just straight
Man.
up dead
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, his name was Dead Man. Let me see here. What's these? Who's he's depicted as an acrobat who was murdered by an unknown assailant and then granted power by Hindu deity to remain a disembodied spirit who can temporarily take possession of any living being in order to fight evil forces. Deadman has also appeared in various media outside comics, and he wants to take revenge on his killer as well. But he also does that where he solves, where he fights evil forces or whatever by possessing other people.
defeats other spirits by
I didn't say spirits. I
controlling
just said evil forces. That could mean anything.
other evil forces. Like he
It's
takes
pretty crazy because he shows up in the Justice League TV show, or in one of them, and he possesses Batman and uses a fucking gun and takes a shot at someone. And then unpossesses Batman. Batman sees the fucking gun and everything and is fucking horrified. It was just conspired in his body.
so he can okay. So even if they're alive, since he probably like goes in there, invade them like in spirit form. He manipulates their body, and then of course the original person who is that body can see what's going on, but they just can't control anything at all. But they can see what's going on.
No.
What?
They don't. He still had the gun in his hand after he unpossessed him, and Batman coming back to his senses and everything sees the gun in his hand and sees what happened.
Oh, he just took their human shell,
Yeah,
and they don't know
basically.
what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that. Cameron,
Oh yeah, here it is. If y'all want to see it real quick.
I'm good. Oh, this guy. Oh, I've seen. It's like his only clip. I think I've seen this clip before.
I think there's multiple times of him.
That makes sense.
Or I guess he does see it. Or no.
So like, okay,
There's a different one.
okay.
That was
So
the clip that I was talking about.
Okay, I see. I'll probably still prefer like Judgment. Just judges them, try to see
Yeah,
of how
like
what
some
path they
fucking
may
Ghost
go.
Rider type shit.
I guess Ghost Rider does kind of do that, doesn't he? Just he judges them.
Penance stare.
It's like a
Yeah,
dead Punisher.
yeah, but the difference is Ghost Rider already knows
fair enough.
because he's able to see your sins and everything and see what you've done.
Man, all I remember is seeing that fucking movie of Nicolas Cage where he starts pissing flamethrower.
Ghost Rider 2,
That's the second one, yeah. Spirit of Vengeance.
I wish they
Oh,
made
man.
more.
People shit on that one. It was pretty fun to watch still.
It was
Just
fun.
like-
It's fun.
It was goofy, but very
Hey, it's
fun.
definitely the weaker of the two, but it's still fun a fun watch.
I
Still
like
a fun
his
watch.
transformation on the first one where he just looks like a guy going crazy on the motorcycle. Just the bad CGI like covering up just makes it even better.
Yeah, they're
Dude,
so
I
fun.
I literally like one day while I was in like college, I literally didn't feel like doing fucking shit the whole day. I literally sat in the classroom and just watched Ghost Rider.
So Cameron, you want to go ahead and
Have mercy, all out of mercy.
oh, sorry, all out of mercy.
So the concept idea, the thing I would like to see be turned into a TV show slash movie, honestly, the BioShock universe. I feel like for a long time that has a lot of potential to be a movie. It has a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of great
I'm
characters. It
surprised you
has a
didn't say
very
God of
good
War
theme.
this entire time ever since Alan told us these words, and I was like,
they're
Cameron
God
already
of
said
War
he wasn't
doesn't need
gonna
one.
God of War.
they're already making one, and it really doesn't need one. It's pretty self-explanatory as it is. But I feel like there's a lot of deep history and lore within BioShock, especially within the time period it takes place in. The idea of like
Imagine if Atomic Heart got turned into a movie.
brother in Christ, dude. From what I've seen so far from playing that game, that's as bad as your Rule 34 addiction. I'm gonna be so real. You would probably fuck the fridge.
I
Whoa, hang
am
on.
not
I just zoned
fucking the
out for a second. What
fridge.
happened?
So Atomic Heart, it is. Oh my god. I never expected the game to be as horny as it is. It does not show any of that in the promotional material.
Cameron, I've told you plenty of
I got
times,
to
man.
the
The
fucking.
fridge is always protecting the snack, man.
I got to the fucking fridge, your upgrade station in Atomic Heart, and the first thing it did to me was, oh my god, a man! And it started telling me ways of how it was gonna suck me dry and utilize me in every fetish known to man. I was like, what the fuck is this game? It is a robot fetish powerhouse. I mean, it's got combat and inspiration from some stuff, yeah, but
Those twins are something
I
else.
had to step away from the game because there's so much
The twins are
robot
something else.
softcore porn. It's insane. And I had to think, is this safe to stream? But
Oh, put that axe in me.
he's
There's
not
plenty of
even
clips on it on
lying.
YouTube, so I'm sure it is
He's
safe.
not even wrong. The second one looks fun though. But anyway, that's off topic. So BioShock, I think it has a very good universe to work with. It has multi, what they love to use today, multiverse and etc. But I'm strictly thinking about BioShock 1. I'll think about Columbia in a minute. BioShock 1, Rapture and etc. The idea of an underwater city, a getaway, like many of us probably have seen as kids. An Atlantis that seems like paradise, but when you go there, it's actually not. Mad scientists roaming around, there's a power hierarchy, etc. Nazis, all that racism.
Basically,
is high.
man-made Atlantis.
It's man-made Atlantis, yeah. I think someone put it best is like, if you're gonna have utopia, you still have to have someone clean the toilets. Like regardless, it literally has slums and stuff in the game. And I remember when they were trying to do Columbia, the big thing people were talking about, like, oh well, if it's a racist game, why are they not throwing out the N-word in there? And it's like, you don't need the N-word to be a narrative good story, because Columbia is pretty much white heaven. It is the Uncle Ruckus heaven. If you play BioShock Infinite, that is literally what it is, down to the core. They don't like anything that has pigment. But Rapture is a bit different. They allow pigment. but only if it's worker related. So you can go into the history of Rapture roots of the slums area when it comes down to like how the lower class civilians or slaves in general were treated. You could go into the higher class area of how Andrew Ryan was very abusive, egotistical, and very, very skeptical of every move anybody made. For somebody who believed in no man, no kings, no gods, I mean, not man. He only man is the only thing he believed. He didn't believe in anything else. He was doing everything in his power to grasp all the power and stay on top. Because if he let anything go loose in the city, as he showed in the game, he'd just kill you right off. I mean, that's just how it was. There was a whole section called the Garden where like the lady, her entire job is to keep oxygen into the facility. She worked with the player, and just for working with the main player, he's like, you know what? You betrayed me. Even though you're the only one down here that knows how to run the fucks in oxygen, I'm gonna kill all your trees. He was willing to destroy his own, or whatever was left of paradise, to keep his power. And I think the best version of Rapture for a TV show or story wise wouldn't be the Rapture we saw. I want to go back to Rapture in its prime, when it was at one point a utopia. I want to see it looking like it's flourished and the people dancing, etc., like you see in the trailers. But I also want to see like the
Infinite's DLC.
downhill. Yeah, like Infinite's DLC. But I also want to see that like downhill. I want to watch it. Like let's say the second season kind of rolls around. That's when the downhill starts to reveal itself even more. When we get to see the Rapture we recognize, with the masquerades and the Big Daddies and etc. And maybe they could do a spin-off series with Infinite, because like I said, Infinite is such a large multiverse possibility. They could go any route really and not fuck it up. But it's one of those games I'm surprised there has not been any adaptations, movies, really anything. It's got so much, especially the music. The music, oh man, if they had someone like, I want to say like maybe Bear McCree. He's really good with those type of instruments. That guy could fucking go crazy. The violins are just iconic in BioShock. I guess another one I was thinking about as well, I was talking to Alan about this one, was Dead Space. I think Dead Space would be an interesting sci-fi horror to go into as well. I don't know much about it, but I am a big sci-fi guy, so I definitely would like to see that. It could be something to probably rival the alien genre. Not that alien genre is bad. It's just aliens just dominated the alien genre. And it would be nice to see something else in there that people could gravitate to outside of the Xenomorph or the Predator. Because there really ain't that much outside of like your every annual little Green Man movie that comes out. That's.
I mean, Dead Space does have like a lot because it gives a lot like is like the atmospheric horror that it gives. It's really strong like as well.
Now, this one's gonna be biased.
And I love that.
This one's gonna be biased, but I don't know anything about this game outside of the mechanics. I would love to see Ill as a horror movie. I fucking love this game. I don't know much about it besides the animator and like the designs and like what the idea behind it is. I'm so excited to play this fucking game. Like when it comes out.
What game is it?
Oh,
Ill.
Is it the one where you have to kill as many like fast as you can? Is it that one?
It's basically you gotta destroy them and they evolve rapidly in front of you.
Oh, that game. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I am sure there's more of a story to it since last time I checked on it, but that trailer looks so good. That would be a fucked up show, but a great show. That could be something like I see people getting very at, but if they pull it off, kind of like, I feel like if they got the prosthetic team of Smile too, they could really do some creepy shit with it.
I really like the Barney because I'm
Smile
like
2 was the one that had Jack Nicholson's son in it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have some like stories, like some books that I would love to be seen like turn into like a movie or show.
Mhm.
I have 3 in mind. One, Blood Meridian.
Ooh.
Have y'all heard of Blood Meridian? Yeah. Okay.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's a very like dark, graphic, like lots of like just like a bunch of fucked up shit is in that book, and
That could be
because it takes
descriptive.
place at
I forgot a
no,
lot about it, so I mean, you have to refresh.
I haven't even finished it yet, but I just know like how much shit is in there. There's like animal cruelty. There's different forms of assault. Um, bunch of like just dark themes.
So like
Um,
close to a snuff film, pretty much.
I'll be out there and go to the bathroom.
no, because it takes place during like I I might be wrong, but it's taking place during like whenever like America was fighting with Mexico.
Like just a full-on war against the two.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, like a full-on war, or maybe just like
Like is that what like the Alamo was?
the war in Alamo was. Let me try to search it up. War on Alamo. If I want to like take a blind shot, it was a 13-day siege with Mexican troops. I think was it before the time the U.S. took Texas? I think it was, wasn't it?
It had to be before.
Yeah, I think this is probably before. This probably was during close to the time that the U.S. wanted to conquer over Texas,
Right.
and maybe New Mexico before it was New Mexico. They want to take those regions. Um, it's been a while.
But if they conquered over Texas, where would I send them? That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah. But have y'all heard of like the character the Judge?
From what?
No.
Judge Holden?
Nope.
He's from this book. He's like he's supposed to be the embodiment of evil. He like your first impression of him was there was this like priest preaching a sermon in this like large tent full of people. And he comes in and he claims that the priest is not only wanted for murder, but assault over like a small child, and everybody in the tent is like, he's what? No way! Fucking get his ass! And they fucking kill him, no matter how much he tries to like explain that it's not true, it's not true. And then later on at a bar, someone asks the judge, "Is like, how did you find that out about the pastor?" And he's like, "Who?" He's like, "The priest in there." He's like, I only just met him just now.
Oh no.
Now you say that, I used to see this guy because I see this guy every time like book horror will pop up, or like
Yeah.
niche book horror, because people will compare. I will usually see the comparison of him and with Am
That's
and another
actually my
character.
next
Okay,
concept that I want to see brought up
is
to like a
is
movie or TV
Am
show.
is Am the fucking I have no
That's
mouth and I can't
Yeah.
yeah, the supercomputer.
Okay, I need some explanation on Am because I watched it and I still didn't understand what I was watching. I knew it was like a computer that wanted to be alive, but I didn't understand what was so gravitating by it. So I need like someone else's opinion on it, so maybe I can see what I'm not
Well,
seeing.
he
What are we talking about?
absolutely hated humans, and he had this like one group of humans, and no matter how much they tried to die or kill themselves, he would bring them back to life,
You
only to
reanimate them.
only to torture them.
But also the way how he was also created is also really interesting, because this was during this is like pretty much during like the whole entire world was like all against each other. Everyone was going against each other, and pretty much every country wanted to make their own supercomputer. That's what it was. Every country wanted to make their own super AI. And pretty much what that happened was is somehow all the computers pretty much came into one and formed into what is known as AM and took over the pretty much the whole entire world, changing changing the whole world's like changing the whole world's form, because the whole entire world got turned into a pretty much a giant computer. So the planet turned into AM, the computer, which is how it was created.
Okay.
And so, which what Nick said, that he pretty much AM destroyed all of humanity, destroyed the whole entire world, except for these 5 specific people that he just wants to torture for his own amusement and his own fun. And then it ended with how the way how it ended is they were in the ice cave. They were in the ice cave trying to, and then because Am was like, they were like begging like, we need food, like please just like give us something. And then Am was like, just drink with them, and they had to go find the food. And so they go into this ice cave. Next, they find a stack of beans or something. I think it was
Something like
beans.
that. They
Yeah, it was like,
find a stack of like canned
yeah,
food,
yeah. They find
and
a
they
stack of canned
don't
food,
have a can opener.
and so
So he's
which
just toying with them. And I don't remember how it went down, but somehow they were able to get like not the jump on him, but distract him long enough for one guy to kill like everybody else and set them free. And then AM, he was like, well, fuck you. So he turned him into this fucking being
yeah,
that,
because if you don't mind me,
oh
um,
yeah, go ahead.
they all killed each other with a huge giant ice pick. That's how they did it. And I think they grabbed an ice pick, and so one of them were like, "Wait, guys, we can die, we can kill you, but someone has to distract Am." And so, which one of the people distracted Am, they started killing each other, and they became free, one by one,
Okay.
until it was the last 2 survivors, and I can't remember. It was a woman and the other dude before he got turned into a fucking sludge. Is I think he killed him before Am turned around, or no, Am saw, but quickly the dude killed the woman so that she can be free, and then now he's the only last person to be alive in the in humanity, and so he is forever tortured for life, so he can't
Yeah,
die. And walks away.
with no mouth, so he can't scream.
Yep, his body turned to
Okay.
sludge, and that's just it. It's really scary, like, because I mean, imagine just every world, every country just want to build a super AI to go against each other.
Yeah, it's nutty. But my last and final concept from a book that I'm dying, absolutely dying to see turned into a movie. It's this book called House of Leaves.
Ooh,
Have y'all heard of House of Leaves?
I've heard a bit
Nope.
of it.
So, okay. It's okay, fuck. So, this I'm gonna try to explain it the best I can because it's also a book I have not finished because I'm horrible about like continuing and picking up books. Um, but it cuts between a story of 2 people, one whose name I forgot, and the other one who is uh, first name, last name Davidson. And Davidson, he finds that his house looks a lot bigger on the inside than it does on the outside.
Oh, this fucking.
So he takes a type of measuring tape and he measures the inside of his house. And he measures the outside of his house. Go figure, it's bigger on the inside. Why is it bigger on the inside? So, lo and behold, all of a sudden, a space that did not used to be there appears. It appears, and they go. His wife is like, "Don't you go in there," but Navidson's like, "I'm gonna go in there."
Take a peek.
It's a hallway. It's just a pitch black hallway that he's just going into, and it feels like it's unending, and the walls and the ceiling and the floor is just made of concrete, and he's just going, and like there's turns here, turns there, and he gets lost, but he
Yeah.
eventually finds his way back, and it just more shit appears. And at one point his daughter walks in there and gets lost, so he runs in there to try and find her to get her out of there. And then, you know, he brings in a whole crew of people to go searching in there. They get lost, and I think they all end up killing each other. No. One guy goes insane, and he's like the beefiest fucking guy there, the strongest man, the fucking Saxton Hale of the trio. He kills one guy. He looks over at the other guy. He's like, I didn't mean to fucking kill him. What are you talking about? They'll kill me for this. I'll never be able to get away. And then he tries to kill the other guy. And then, like, you know, he's chasing him through the fucking dark. And it's just like the concept of like fucking just being bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, and just like it was referenced in like I want to say, I don't want to, maybe like a few years ago there was like a classic Doom mod called My House, and shit like that happened, and it referenced House of Leaves too, and that's how I got into it. And I'm currently being patient and waiting for Wendigoon to make a video about it. He fucking better.
Yeah, because I know
But-
he supposedly read it and
Yeah.
loves it.
Yeah, because
But it isn't it. I'm sorry. Isn't the way how it's like a whole nother world, and then with the daughter being last, he makes like a whole entire expedition team to find, like, trying to go through like all this shit. Because that's
Yeah.
kind of like the bare minimum that I know. Because it's just a whole entire like world that they have to explore through.
I need to get into the books.
it's not necessarily a world. It's like a labyrinth.
Might have to be a bit a labyrinth.
Look up the definition of a labyrinth.
A maze
I'll-
with no exit.
Is that what it is?
Kind of.
Eh. It's basically just the way I think of a labyrinth, like just think of a maze runner, just a giant, endless pathway, pretty much.
I guess this makes a lot more sense. A place constructed of intricate passageways and blind alleys. In summary, a labyrinth is essentially a complex structure designed to challenge navigation.
So
like that.
like
Maze.
like
Yeah,
a maze, yeah.
maze. Yeah.
And
That's
but yeah, no, it's super fucking cool, and I need to finish the book.
Gummy bear.
But thank you.
So
Christian.
does none of it like change? Is it just always the same format of how it of how it
Well,
looks from the opening.
well, funny thing, Navidson starts walking, right? And to mark where he's going, he puts a penny on the ground.
Oh,
So he keeps walking and keeps walking, doesn't make any turns whatsoever, and the penny ends up in front of him. So the house is fucking with him. It's
this
almost
bro,
sentient.
bro really said, "All right, my torch is on the left side, but these torches are on the right side." That's pretty much what he did. He was like, "Wait a minute, I thought we went through here." That's crazy. So it's a the English. So it's almost like living. It just keeps changing in the way.
Kind of, yeah. Like I said, I haven't finished the book, but I need to because there isn't any like shows about it. There's nobody talking about it.
Sounds like it'd be like
It's so
a good series.
what's really fucking cool is that the writer. So actually, I have the book. Give me 1 second.
Take your time. But that's interesting though. Just like you said, all right, Penny's here. Fucking make that into Minecraft terms. All right, I'm putting my torches on the right side. Everyone follow the right side. Where the torches at? There's nowhere to be found, buddy. He's got the book. I just realized those fluffy things are part of your headphones.
No, they're not.
Oh, the way how you picked them, it looked like they're attached to it.
I tried my best to keep them together so I didn't have to readjust them. But anyway, this is how big the book is. I've never read a book this thick before. That's why it's so difficult. I got to restart it. But either way, as you get further into the book, shit in the book starts fucking like changing. Like, hang on.
That thing looks like it looks like a Bible.
Hang on.
Hey,
He
Cameron's
starts
got
putting
the extra
words
bubble on him.
at
Let's
the
see
bottom of the
thickness.
page. He
Let's make a
starts
comparison.
Oh, oh, that's sick. Wait, what does that say?
it says the dark line where the eye persists in seeing something that was never there to begin with.
Ooh, that's a cool format for a book. I like that.
It only happens like about halfway through the book. And it's so cool. Like, literally, there's 2 words on this page, and the rest of the sentence on the opposite page is upside down.
Can you repeat that again?
So, okay,
Why is it upside
there's
down?
there's 2 words at the bottom of this page, and the rest of the next 2 words on the opposite page are upside down.
Those like single letters into a word.
Yeah, the book is currently upside down. It's so the word is dragging.
Dragging?
Dragging, and it's upside down, so I guess it's like the perspective of whoever's being dragged. So it's really fucking cool, and I really got to get back into it. Like literally, it's like
it keeps. Oh my god, that's just Jesus.
and then like here, and then like the sentence starts going sideways, and then it goes back down, and like, sorry, it's really fucking cool. And I would love to see it adapted into a movie. The reason why it hasn't been is because it's too complicated.
Yeah, but it would be really nice.
Yeah, it'd be so fucking cool. Anyway, that's all I got.
It reminds. I remember the first time you spoke about that book to me is when is when we played the Minecraft server, and I made your house a little bit
Yeah.
lighter from the inside, and you didn't know for like a week or
Yes.
two straight. And I was living
Oh
in
my
his
fuck,
walls the whole time. Yeah, the
Yeah.
server you joined, I was living. I had a whole railway contraption in his house and everything. I waited till one day he was off the server, and I widened it by 3 blocks. That way it looked the same, but reality there was a 1 block gap that had my railway contraption and everything. That way I can snoop at any angle in his house just to fuck with him. And then I had a railway system going under the house to everybody else's house so I can have a mine shaft just all the way back to my base. And then when they figured it out, they were like, "Oh, can we use this?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, go ahead." I just used it to fuck around.
Can we use it? Doesn't question it. Nothing.
Oh no, they questioned it. Nick was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, you finally found it."
Wait, what was Nick's reaction to that? I was like, wait a minute, something don't look right.
I remember he like instantly
Is this the
mentioned that
back
book.
rooms?
He was like, "Dude, fucking, this reminds me of that one book. Oh my god, what the fuck's going on?"
Oh my god, my
Oh my God,
reality.
it's happening to me. It's happening to me.
He's such a schizophrenic. And...
That was a cool server for, even though there's some things that went down on it. It was a cool server.
It went down.
Aren't you
I
gonna-
miss it. I miss the place that I worked on.
That was like the first
I
time
wish.
I was actually into Redstone, and I was like learning it, and I was like, this shit's pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie.
Now I kind of wish I got to play more of that Minecraft server. I barely fucking touched it. I really did.
It's alright. I just remember, like, I was snooping in that man's walls, and I had a, oh yeah, now I remember. I had a lever on the wall that it said a sign above it, flick for pleasure, and it was supposed to be like a joke, like the lever's like a dildo. But if you flick the lever, actually what that did, it activated the mine carts. That way it would just circulate the mine carts back and forth, so I could have a continuous stream of where to go. So whenever he was just flicking the lever, I'd be like, oh, the railroad's red now, I can go there.
That's crazy.
It was all because one day I just said, you know what, I want to actually learn redstone. What can I do with this?
It would have been so cool with Prox Chat.
Bro, that's what I'm hoping. I love prox chat. I think that'd be awesome. I'm in your walls. But
They're in the walls.
what was the name of that book again, Nick? I might pick it up.
House of
actually.
Leaves.
House of Leaves. Okay.
House of Leaves. I think it's like maybe 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon
Okay.
by Mark Z. Danielewski.
Damn, that's a really cheap book. And the magic got turned into a fucking manga. All right,
At least it would be animated.
animated would be really.
Animation would be the best way to do it if it's gonna be like constantly shifting the house.
Yeah.
All right, Christian, the one and only. Don't look at me like that, please. I'm
Here's
fertile.
what I would do if I took over
Zombie
Lucasfilm.
Star Wars. I fucking knew it.
How much time do we have left?
We have plenty.
30 minutes.
If you-
That's
yeah.
plenty of time. So here's the first thing I would do if I took over Lucasfilm. Immediate wipe of the prequels. I mean the sequels. Fuck. Immediate wipe of the sequels. Immediate wipe. Right? I would wipe. Unfortunately, I would wipe a lot of the canon of Star Wars and of the show and movie media specifically. To the point where I would mostly leave the original trilogy.
What
Christian.
the fuck? He pulled it out of his inventory.
Christian, you're alive. I think he's back.
The original trilogy, gummy bears.
The original
Okay.
trilogy.
All right, the Bad Batch TV show Andor, Rogue One. I would pretty much just wipe all of the canon events that happened after Episode 6 and would start fresh, completely fresh. However, I'm not going to do my own sequel trilogy. I wouldn't do that at all. I would do a trilogy of movies But I don't think I would really count them as the new episode 7, episode 8, or episode 9. And it would take a while before I even get to that point because first I have to build up to that point. First thing I would do is I would get stuff set up for the next couple of years, which I also already thought up. First, I would get a new Star Wars kids show for everyone, all right, which would take place between episode 1 and episode 2, and it would be about Obi-Wan and Anakin. Anakin still as a Padawan being trained as a Jedi, as a kids show, pretty much. And then I would go on, and then I would turn The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 into I want to say a 3-season TV show, with the first 2 seasons being about the first game, and the third season being the second game. To be for the future, and what I want to do in the future, the third season with the second game is actually very important because what happens in the second game is Star Killer gets cloned. And it's very experimental and isn't exactly correct. What?
Are you making Star Killer canon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, really? You're making
Yeah, I'm making Star Killer canon.
Really?
I also would say this. I would also redo a lot of the structure over at Lucasfilm, and I would make sure that I would have Dave Filoni and Sam Witwer as 2 consultants with me up there, specifically. I really would want Sam Witwer up there with me. I love that guy so much. That guy is fucking awesome. He's the guy who also plays Star Killer, so it just made sense. It just made sense. I would make sure that the Maul TV show that's coming out that would stay. That would stay without a fucking doubt. That would stay. However, yes, I would be making Star Killer canon, but I would also be changing stuff about it as well. For one, he now has to coincide with the Inquisitors because those are still canon. Because I'm making sure Rebels is still a canon TV show. And where's he going?
Where is he going?
Cameron, where are
I
you
heard the clink.
going?
I heard the clink. Yep, I heard the clink.
I have
go
my
on.
mic muted because Kiwi is currently having a fight with the cat. She's literally just
that what-
going, no. And Stinky's just going, meow. No. Meow. No. And I'm just like, brother in Christ, at least I got my mic muted. Sudoku out of here.
Good lord. Anyways,
Wait,
yes, I would
I have
make
a question.
so to elaborate more on the Force Unleashed TV show, right? I would be making Star Killer canon. However, for one, I would tone him down. I mean, that's just without argument. I think most
I
people
mean,
who would want Star
I have a
Killer
question. I have a
pretty much
question.
are going to say that he would have to be toned down for
I
a
have
lot
a
of things.
question. So I know you're gonna you want to tone him down. How many of the the main characters is he gonna kill?
Well, for one, in the game, he doesn't kill main characters.
Whatever.
But I think still getting the same story aspect out of it, but him being toned down wouldn't really change much. So how I would have it is that for the first game, it would be 2 seasons, right? The first season would primarily be about Starkiller still being Vader's apprentice. And the ending of that season would be Vader betraying him. And then we go into season 2 for the second half. I think a whole season of sort of going through his relationship with Vader as well as him hunting down other Jedi would be a really good first season. And then the second season would be him going over to the Rebels and trying to help them and everything. And that's also one of the things that I would have to change about the Force Unleashed story is that in the first Force Unleashed game, he technically helps create the rebellion. But in the current canon with Andor, which I am keeping as canon, that's already been done. That's already happened. So I would have to change that aspect of his story and not really intertwine it with Andor, but rather do a new story with him and the Rebels, him joining the Rebels and everything, and him learning to become a Jedi with Ram Koda. The ending would still probably be around the same. I think I don't know if I would. I'm still debating if I would still have him fighting Palpatine. I think him being more on equal grounds with Vader instead of overpowering Vader would make a little bit more sense for if I tone him down. And then season 3, I would actually say for the overall thing would actually be more important, which season 3 would be covering the second game, and it would just be the entire season 3 because the second game is a lot shorter, I believe. And what it would mostly entail is Vader is trying to clone Force users by cloning Starkiller, and it's in the second game, which would also be the same in season 3, is that there would be one final clone, which is the Starkiller that we see. However, a lot of things that people still wonder and theorize is whether or not this clone is a clone or the original Starkiller. I would like to keep that still somewhat ambiguous while keeping the whole cloning of Force users being still experimental and not perfected. There's still a lot of defects that happen due to it and everything. And this is a very early stage of cloning Force users. And this is a big part for later on of what I would plan to do after episode 6. Because what this would entail is be a hint at Palpatine cloning himself. So Palpatine coming back, basically. Even though that episode 9 did that, but I'll get to that part here in a little bit. So pretty much this whole Starkiller storyline would still be pretty much similar, but I would have to change and adapt it to the new canon and stuff of what I have, which is pretty much all the good stuff that people like, and a lot of the bad is taken out. And pretty much everything after episode 6 would be pretty much wiped, including the Mandalorian. Even though that I like the Mandalorian, for what I want to set for the new canon, I can't really keep it because of what I plan on doing with after episode 6. So then we would jump ahead because for in the middle of episode 3 and episode 4, we kind of already have a bunch of stuff except for the fact that I would be adding Starkiller in there. After episode 6, what I would want to do is adapt the Thrawn trilogy and the Dark Empire trilogy as either I don't know if I want to say TV shows or them being their own trilogy of movies for both. Which the Thrawn trilogy, and I would also probably do this for a lot of other book adaptations. I mostly just want to readapt the old EU back into Star Wars canon. Is pretty much what I'm saying.
Old EU?
Yeah, the old extended universe,
Oh, okay.
which is very different from what it is now, and goes way further into the future, like Luke Skywalker's grandchild type shit. Is how far the old EU went.
So I got a question from before.
Yeah.
About Clone Palpatine. What was that about?
So in the Dark Empire trilogy, Palpatine was cloning himself because, and I would change this for the actual new adaptation, but in the old Dark Empire trilogy of books, Palpatine would continuously clone his body because apparently he grew so powerful in the Force that it was rapidly aging and destroying his body. So he would constantly have to switch clone bodies with the Force, which is of how powerful he was. Would change that aspect of it. I don't think that specifically. That just seems kind of a little not great to me in terms of the story. But it was an old book before the prequels were really out or anything, and I would readapt the Dark Empire story, and I would sort of also bring Anakin back into the story a bit for the Dark Empire trilogy, as it does state with the canon that Anakin is the chosen one. He is destined to destroy the Sith. And that was something that people really didn't like about Episode 9 when they brought Palpatine back, is that it was for one reusing an idea of Palpatine coming back from the Dark Empire, but it was also basically saying that Anakin's prophecy was just forgotten, basically. But I would want with the Dark Empire is bring back Anakin back into the story, and he actually finally destroy Palpatine's spirit in the spirit realm. The final Sith is how I would have it end.
I can,
At least.
yeah, I can see that. Well, kinda. I would probably have to definitely know a lot more so I can actually understand it. But
So the whole story of the Dark Empire trilogy is that, for one, Palpatine comes back, sort of, but what it's mainly about is Luke Skywalker and him trying to figure out exactly why the Jedi feared the dark side so much and why his father went to the dark side. There is a good amount of time in the trilogy where Luke becomes Palpatine's apprentice. And this is sort of a time of him exploring the dark side and why it's feared, and then learns from that experience. He comes back and learns from the experience and says, and really just finds out that really you can control the dark side. It doesn't have to control you. I I would have to really, you would really have to readapt the Dark Empire trilogy to really do it well with with a lot of the newer stuff, since the original books came out back in like I think the 80s and 90s, I think is when that stuff was coming out. I think it was like the 90s. Let me think. So, how I would probably have it start off is that Luke would get a vision from Anakin, telling him that since Anakin has become this new sort of he from what we could probably tell is since he is the chosen one, he has kind of become this sort of force god being in a way in the sort of spiritual realm. Sort of like how it kind of feels like he is in the Ahsoka TV show. I would say in a way we kind of see him there for a little bit. He's doing all these kinds of stuff with visions and stuff in the spirit in this. I think it's like a sort of realms between, yeah,
yeah,
sort of ordeal. And so I would do something similar between Anakin and Luke, of Anakin sort of putting Luke on this quest to learn the dark side and learn to actually control it and not be taken over by it. And that's where it would sort of set Luke's path towards finding Palpatine, like how in the original Dark Empire he sort of finds Palpatine, tries to kill him, but eventually gets turned by him, but not really sort of ordeal. He sort of, even though that Palpatine thinks he turns him and is using him, it's really Luke is using Palpatine to learn more so than anything. However, I would probably somewhat still keep that a little bit, and Leia still sort of learning herself how to become a Jedi as well in the story. But by the end of it, I would change it to where, yes, Palpatine's original body gets destroyed. He gets into a younger body like he does at the end and fights Luke. However, once Luke destroys this new clone body of Palpatine, Palpatine having to go back to the land between so that he can then possess another body, I would then, in the realms between, have Anakin show up and finally defeat Palpatine's spirit and destroying the Sith for good.
yeah. So I can just like stopping him within the
Yeah,
realm, just be like, hey, buddy.
Yeah,
Realms
basically.
between Elden Ring reference. Ah,
Is there more?
Um, not right now. I'm still sort of playing it out. I would like to do more with the Old Republic era with Revan as well. Maybe have a show adaptation for that, I think.
So what does Revan do again? I forgot.
So, where do I start? So first, I think a very short summary of what Revan does is he was first off a Jedi during the Mandalorian War. The Mandalorian War, which was mainly a war between that the Mandalorians started with the Old Republic, or just the Republic at the time, which is now the Old Republic. And during that time, Revan, the Jedi decided to stay out of it. However, Revan, who was born in the Outer Rim, which is where the war is mostly taking place, the Mandalorians are ravaging the Outer Rim and all the world is there. Revan, who was born in the Outer Rim, wants to take part in the war. However, most of the Jedi Council says no. Revan decides to do it anyways. A lot of other Jedi join him and disobey the Jedi Order. They pretty much fight during the Mandalorian War. They're still Jedi. This isn't when he turns or anything. But after he defeats Mandalore the Ultimate or Mandalore the Great, I can't remember the exact name of the leader. It was one of those two. He Revan and another Jedi. Fuck, what was his name? Malekith is what I believe his name was. It's been a while.
Malekith?
The Elden Ring boss?
No, hold on.
Yo, Malekith? Yo, I didn't know
Hold
Malekith
on.
was in Star Wars.
I am.
Be my blade once more.
I think I am. I'm blinking out. Hold on. It started with the M.
Yeah, Malekith. Be my blade once more. I fucking hate that boss. Actually, I love him.
How am I blinking on this?
Why are you blue?
Why are you blue?
Chemicals.
Malik. Sorry, it was just Malik. I don't know why I got that wrong. His friend Malik. When after Revan defeats Mandalore the Ultimate, him and Malik find out of the Synth Emperor that was behind the Mandalorian War, sort of like how Palpatine was behind the Clone Wars. Except that this Emperor was just was just over on one side, pretty much just controlling it from the shadows, controlling the Mandalorians from the shadows, trying to start a new. I think he either already had a Synth Empire, or was trying to start a new Synth Empire. I can't fucking remember. It's been a while. Anyways, Revan and Malik try to face the Emperor. However, in doing so, they both get turned over to the dark side and decide to start their own Sith Empire with the Star Forger, which is basically this giant space station, sort of like the Death Star, but instead of destroying planets, what it did is that it would it would literally vacuum up the suns and would use the dark side of the Force to create anything. Basically, is what it did. And then KOTOR, a lot of other things happen. I won't spoil it since nobody here's played that. But I also don't think y'all really care. But I haven't played the games in a long ass time, so I don't even remember the entire story of the game. It's been a long ass time.
All right. Well, seems like we got ourselves a new George Lucas in the making. It seems.
It's about time something can be done with that
About
series.
time. Fucking my god, I'm tired of fucking the new shit. It's so ass. So boring.
Let's remake and reuse the same IPs
I'm
and not do
Ray
anything new.
Skywalker. What's your name? I'm
Tony.
I'm a goofy.
Fuck you, Tony!
A goofy goober. Rock.
All right. Well, it seems like it's that time, guys. We're all pretty tired, not gonna lie. We're all trying our best to wake up, but
I'm awake. It's the rest of these guys.
Well, three of us except for Christian, because Christian's always on crack doing methamphetamines 24/7.
Yeah, that's
But,
why he's so goddamn skinny. Look at him. He's on meth.
Yeah, he lives off of monsters and
I don't live
you're
off
calling it.
monsters. I
Yeah,
just
now
live
you
off of
now,
ADHD, dude.
I live
Now
off
you-
of
ADHD gives
Red
me all the
Bull.
energy that I need.
No, I don't think I've read
I
that.
live off already, but anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to watch our episode. Let us know about what maybe ideas that you may have. We would like to, read, listen. We're curious. We would like to see how creative you can be. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for all my guests for coming out here. We have our nice, handsome people. Gary's Factor. You have anything
Bye.
to say?
Thank you for sticking around. If you have any ideas of any shows you would like to be made from IPs or just any ideas in general, let us know in the comments if you do comment. If not, then share, like, subscribe, and I'll let these beautiful gentlemen take care of it from here.
All right, and of course we have our Skeeper Peebler. What you got?
Gamer subs, please sponsor us.
Anything sponsor me.
Please, please. I'll suck your dick. Anyways, and
That'd be a great way
our-
to get a sponsor out. Please.
please. I love your flavors. I really do.
What, Raid Shadow? What, Ledge?
Good lord.
Oh shit! I
And
still gotta upload my part of the last episode. My fault.
well, I think we all do. But anyways, and our nice final fantastic person, the best, the new movie maker for Star Wars is Mr. Clinker. What you got?
Sal Juniors, touch him.
All right, thank you everyone. Like and subscribe and comment and share. Goodbye.
Goodbye.